Julien Jacquet, CEO and owner of Permafungi, and chef Alain Coumont from Pain Quotidien tell their unique story. Permafungi recycles the coffee grounds from the 30 Brussels locations of Pain Quotidien to produce local and circular organic mushrooms. In this way, they are creating a decentralized network of circular production sites.
Mushrooms in Brussels, growing them and making the best of it for exquisite dishes. That's the thing that is on our minds and agenda right now. Julien and Alain, welcome.
Bonjour.
Welcome. Tell us about growing mushrooms in Brussels. Mussels, not that's an easy mistake to make. Mushrooms in Brussels. Yeah, what is that about? Why do you do stuff like that?
What we try to do is to change the consumption and production habits, so to gather the organic waste. Coffee ground waste is huge in Brussels. It's about 15,000 tons a year, and to gather the production of mushroom from this coffee ground waste and the consumption and the end all together.
Yeah, and that's a processes that takes not that much of time, but is really, well, it's really, like we talked about already, it's doing something with waste and making something new and really good for people as well at the same time.
Exactly. So about the time, the first thing to do is to gather the coffee ground waste every day. Then we grow the mushroom during 2 weeks, and then we deliver them. And we try, of course, to have the best mushrooms. And the best mushroom is because of the freshness. The mushroom is every day delivered to the restaurant or to the biomarket, and they are organic because the coffee ground waste is organic too.
Yeah, because the places that they are grown, are there special places specially made for that, or how do I see that?
We use basement.
Basements.
Yes, basement of historic building that are vacant for the moment. So the first idea is to use something that we don't use and to enjoy finally a perfect place for the mushroom. It's dark, it's humid, the temperature is quite the same all the year, and it's more a question to have an environmental impact and to use a basement more than the perfect place for the mushroom. But altogether, finally, the mushroom like the place.
Yeah, to use what's already there and, like I said, make it something very useful, even in recipes, even at Le Pain Quotidien, for instance. How do you use this type of processes in Le Pain Quotidien?
So at Le Pain Quotidien, we've been working with Permafungi for 4 or 5 years now. So we've used the mushrooms in different things, in quiche, sometimes roasted on salads. And here, today, we try to do something very instant cuisine. So it's raw, okay? And in fact, the raw mushrooms, there's a few kinds that you can eat. So you have to be careful that, you have
because some of them are poisonous.
Yes.
Okay.
And here, basically, we stopped at a farm this morning. So it was just cut, about 2 hours ago. So perfectly fresh.
Yeah.
So also it's a vegan dish. I think that, and I would say that the only little cooking that we did here is a little sauce that I brought from home, and it's made with miso, soy sauce, apple cider vinegar, cashew nuts, ginger, garlic, and shallots. And we blend everything in a very good Thermomix mixer, so to make it very smooth, and it's very creamy. So here there is a few slices of the mushrooms. So here I cut them in small pieces, mix them with the little sauce. I think that the code name of the sauce, we call it the ginger velvet. Because despite Le Pain Quotidien...
Sounds attractive.
Despite Le Pain Quotidien, I have also a new hobby that is a 100% vegan restaurant called Le Botaniste. We have 3 in Belgium and 4 in New York. So this is one of the sauce that basically I use there. So here I mix the mushrooms with the sauce, a bit of chive that I brought from my garden. It's a chive very strong. It's a chive that grows all year round, outdoor at least in the south of France, and it's from the Caribbean, so very So I put in the middle the little, marinated mushrooms. So see the mushrooms, if you do them, let's say an hour before, they're going to release a little bit of juice.
Right.
So if it happens, so you here I have a little bit of a grounded linseed that will basically absorb the juice.
Right.
But if you do it right away, it's not necessary. But if you have let's say a big party like in the old days, and then you prepare the things the day before. So you put the linseed, so it's going to absorb the juice.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because it tastes better if it's more dry, or.
Well, I would say it's different things. So now it's very very fresh, very firm and crispy. If you do this a day at a time and keep it in the refrigerator, it's going to kind of cook the mushroom. But it's going to be a cooking, but I would say a chemistry cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not, there is no heat. It's different things. I think here it's just going to be a salad. I'm going to add a couple of leaves to make it more colorful and bring different flavor. Mm-hmm. But I would say that it's something that is great if you have sushi rice and you replace the fish by the marinated mushrooms.
Oh,
so
right.
on sushi rice, I would say that if it's made the day before, it's even better. It's kind of the flavor combined. So here, I'm going to add a little bit of sesame seeds. It's black and brown. Mm-hmm. A bit of chive. Here, a couple of leaves of parsley. So the chive little thing. I would say that it's very important. I mean, to eat with the eye also. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Voilà. And then here I have some things I brought. I was just before the confinement. Yeah. I was in Brazil, and they call it in Portuguese the pequeños peppers. Yeah. Pequeños means the little beak.
Right.
It looks like a beak of a bird. And in Brazil, basically they eat them pickled in vinegar, a bit like the cornichon in France. So I found some fresh in the market. I dried in my hotel rooms on tissue the seeds, planted them in April in France. Oh, really? And now I'm ready for the second generation of seeds grown.
Okay, so you imported the seeds from way over there.
Yeah.
Took it back here.
And what's very interesting with this little pepper, it tastes spicy, but it's not spicy, or slightly. So you have the flavor of the cayenne pepper without the heat. Okay, so. Yeah. I put a couple on top
to give it a little bit more zest-like.
Yeah, and I would say I could put some in my mixture of mushrooms, but I know in Europe sometimes people are a bit sensitive to heat, so.
Yeah.
Voilà, so
that's one instance of a dish that you can make, but the application of mushrooms it's possible in tons of dishes.
And I would say the great thing with mushroom is very rich in protein. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think if you try to cut down on meat or be more of a flexitarian, I think it's a perfect thing. Yeah. Also, the mushroom, it's like a luxury. In cooking, sometimes, especially when you do vegetables, if you use truffles or porcini or artichokes, there is, I would say, the vegetables are a bit more aristocratic. Mm-hmm. But the beauty with this is it's local, Yeah. It's I would say it's cheap, but it's very affordable.
But it's simple. It's a simple. Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's a simple dish that people, if they see this, they think, wow.
And then I'm going to add a couple that I want to eat. More drop. I mean, of the sauce. Voilà.
So why is it important for Pain Quotidien to use this kind of technique as well in the restaurants and in the outlets?
But the Pain Quotidien, when I started 30 years ago, it was I had a restaurant in Brussels, didn't find good bread, so I started a small bakery to make bread for my restaurant. And then in opening a small shops, I say just selling bread maybe is going to be a bit complicated. Yeah. So we started to do very simple dish around the bread and salads, and that's a perfect thing for the Pain Quotidien because we are basically everyday luxury at around 10 or 15 euro. If you have 15 euro in your pocket, I think that you are very welcome, and you can feel rich.
So it's an exciting path to take, really.
So and here it's I mean, basically there is no technique, there is no heat. I mean, I'm sure this is one of the lowest carbon footprint dish on the planet because it's raw, it's grown locally.
Well, when I'm in Brussels, I'm going to check it out for sure.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us during Eating the Gap. Thanks for your insights.